23rd edition of Asian Youth Alpine Skiing Competition opens in Iran's International Dzin Ski Resort with competitors from 10 Asian countries. Skiers from Iran, Kazakhstan, India, Nepal, South Korea, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Mongolia, Georgia and Lebanon are competing in Super G and Super Combined disciplines in men's and women's categories. Nima Baha from Iran, Bin Jin and Min Singh from South Korea won the Super G combined of Group 1 in men's category, while Maria Grivova from Kazakhstan, Saryancho and Hae-Long Lee from South Korea stood first in women's Group 1 competition. 3 skiers from Iran won the titles of Group 2 in men's category. The birth anniversary of a great Iranian polymath, Qajeh Nasser al-Din Tusi, who was born on the 24th of February 1201 AD, is celebrated as National Engineers Day in the country. Qajeh Nasser Tusi mastered in numerous subjects such as architecture, astronomy, biology, chemistry, mathematics and physics. Thousands of engineers were invited to the conference for Iran's National Engineers Day, which was attended by top officials. During the ceremony, the innovative and elite engineers were awarded prizes for their engineering services in a country which has a great history of engineering sciences. The government of North China's Tianjin municipality launched a clean energy initiative, saying it will invest 6.8 billion yuan to promote the use of 12,000 new energy vehicles, mainly in the public transport and logistics sectors. According to the plan, the investment will be used to encourage the purchase of new energy vehicles among local citizens by giving each car a maximum subsidy of nearly 50,000 yuan. The government also promises to open a green channel for the purchase of new energy vehicles before 2015 and will not set limits on the individual purchase. 1 billion yuan of the investment will be arranged to develop the new energy facilities, including the construction of 66 charging stations and 6,700 charging piles covering the whole city. The new plan also provides that the proportion of new energy vehicles must reach 30% of the newly added official vehicles in the future. After Beijing, Tianjin becomes the second city in China to have launched the promotion plan. Celebrations were held across China recently to greet the Tibetan New Year, also known as Losar, which will start the next day and be celebrated for half a month. On the day, Tibetan families gather together to eat the traditional gutuk, a kind of dough ball soup in Tibetan cuisine. The soup is made of 9 different ingredients, including dried cheese and various grains. Dough balls used in the soup contain different stuffings such as chili, salt, wool, rice and coal. Every ingredient is supposed to indicate one's character in the next year. For example, if one finds coal in their dough, it means that he or she will have a black heart. However, white ingredients like salt, wool, rice are considered a good sign. When the evening came, men from the Tibetan families ran around their houses carrying torches to drive away evil spirits and bad fortune from the past year, so as to welcome a fresh start. Apart from family reunions, a variety of activities, mainly dances and singing, were held across Chinese regions including the Tibetan Autonomous Region, Sichuan Province, Gansu Province and Qinghai Province, where many Tibetan communities reside. This year marked the year of the wooden horse in Tibetan calendar. A masterpiece by the Japanese ukiyo-e artist Kitagawa Utamaro has resurfaced after more than 60 years. Utamaro is best known for his portraits of beautiful women that were used to make ukiyo woodblock prints. Snow in Fukagawa is 2 meters high and 3.5 meters wide. It is believed to date from the early 19th century. The hanging scroll depicts 27 geishas in vivid colors against the backdrop of a Japanese restaurant. The work was last seen in an exhibition in Tokyo in 1948, but NHK has learned that a Japanese art dealer has kept the painting for the past 2 years. The piece was confirmed as a genuine Utamaro work by Shugo Asano, the director of the Yamato Bunkakan Museum in Nara Prefecture. Asano says snow in Fukagawa represents the peak of Utamaro's artistic powers. He adds that this is an important work in the history of Japanese wood block prints, and its rediscovery is a significant event in the history of Japanese art. Snow in Fukagawa will be on display at the Okada Museum of Art in Hakone, south of Tokyo, from April 4th to the end of June. Japanese ingredients and cuisine are drawing attention at an international food fair in Dubai, one of the largest such events in the world. Dubai Food Festival kicked off recently. The event showcases food products of 4,500 firms from about 120 countries. Food companies in Japan are eyeing the Middle East market as an increasing number of Muslims are developing a taste for Japanese food. Japanese firms are displaying products including soy sauce and miso bean paste. People in Islamic countries appreciate the health benefits of these foods. But most Japanese food companies targeting the Muslim market have not yet had their products certified as halal or processed according to the religion's dietary laws. One Japanese company is displaying halal certified beef, chicken curries and soy sauce without alcohol. The company's officials say they plan to obtain more halal certifications to boost exports. A pair of phoenix statues at a National Treasure Temple in Kyoto was unveiled to the media after they received a gold leaf coating like the original nearly 1,000 years ago. The repaired statues were unveiled to the media during Monday's Buddhist service. The sacred bird statues normally stand on the roof of Phoenix Hall at Byodoin Temple. The temple has been under repair since 2012 for the first time in 56 years. The hall image is seen on the Japanese 10 yen coin. The phoenix statues are drawn on a 10,000 yen bill. Each bronze statue has its wings spread and is 1 meter tall and weighs 60 kilograms. The original statues were painted in gold when the temple was built about 960 years ago. The statues naturally decayed over time and were replaced by new bronze versions nearly 50 years ago. The replacement statues have retained their original bronze color. During the recent renovation, workers spent about 6 months applying 600 sheets of gold leaf to the bronzes. The golden birds are expected to be installed on the roof as early as this week. The chief priest of the temple said visitors will be able to see the birds as they originally must have appeared. He said the gold color represents the Buddha and he hopes the color will bring joy to the people. The hall's repair work is expected to be completed by the end of March and will be open to the public from April 3rd. Monks at Todaiji Temple in the former Japanese capital of Nara held an annual torch ceremony to herald the arrival of spring. The traditional fire and water ceremony called Omizutori dates back to the 8th century Nara period. 10 monks solemnly climbed the long stone stairway to the temple's Nigasudo Hall, guided by 6-meter-long torches weighing about 40 kilograms each. From the hall's balustrades, assistants waved the torches and scattered sparks over the spectators below. It is said that being hit by the sparks of an Omizutori torch brings good health and happiness. The ritual will take place nightly for the next 2 weeks. A French journalist has given his passport to the Liberation War Museum to preserve it as a record of Liberation War. Freedom fighters had issued Philippe Edouard Afonsi an on-arrival visa on April 3rd, 8 days after the Bangladesh Liberation War began in 1971. Alfonsi believes it is the first visa issued on behalf of independent Bangladesh. Alfonsi handed over his passport to the museum authority in a formal event on March 2nd. The writing around the seal on his passport reads, Southwestern Command, Chua Danga. The word Bangladesh appears on a crudely carved map at the seal's center. The foreign journalist said the Pakistanis wanted to win with the use of brute force with support from the US and most countries of the West. Bangladesh won the war. Philippe Afonsi said his works during the Liberation War contributed in building world opinion in favor of Bangladesh. Thousands of tourists have gathered at the foothills of the eastern Himalayas to witness one of India's most colourful cultural spectacles. The Sikkim Mask Festival is a Buddhist ceremony which includes dozens of lamas wearing elaborate costumes and performing traditional religious dances. It is a tradition which has endured for centuries, symbolizing the victory of good over evil. Sikkim, which sits at the bottom of Mount Kanchenjunga, the world's third largest mountain, is home to some 200 Buddhist monasteries, also known as gompas. The people here consider Mount Kanchenjunga to be sacred and revered it as their protecting deity. During the course of the year, there are many religious festivals celebrated at various monasteries in line with the Buddhist calendar. This place of worship, named Pema Yangste Monastery, is located 140 kilometers from the state capital of Gangtok and every year hosts a mask festival at the end of February. It is a visual spectacle with monks known as lamas wearing elaborate costumes, chanting and dancing to the hypnotic rhythm of drums, trumpets and clashing cymbals. The ceremony unfolds here in the monastery's courtyard, where the lamas carry ceremonial swords and wear brightly painted masks while swirling to the beat with synchronized footwork. Tourists from India and abroad are here to see these dances, which are also known as charms. German couple Peter and Renata Schummel can't get enough of this colorful event. They have been attending the Mask Festival every 2 years since 2000, making this their 7th trip to Sikkim in 14 years.
The main motivation is Buddhist philosophy. We like also the history, the culture of Sikkim. We know a lot of people here. We know some friends, and so we are coming, if it is possible, to this charm festival here in Pema Yangtze.
The Mask Festival has become a major attraction for foreign tourists visiting here. This year, there are many first-time visitors from Mexico and the United States. They say they are fascinated by the colorful performances which blend the culture and religious faith of the religion.
I thought about different things when I first came here, because they were Buddhist, they were kind of calm, but now I see a lot of colors, the dancing, lots of happiness, so it is kind of mind-breaking for me.
According to Buddhist experts, charms are religious dance dramas which depict the ritual of evil being destroyed by good. The performers invoke the protective deities which banish evil demons. Masks are used to represent different emotions, ranging from monstrous dragons to animals such as deer, yaks, tigers and lions. The costumes themselves are robes made from rich brocade and satin embroidered with symbols of Tibetan Buddhism. Here at the Pema Yangste Monastery, which belongs to the Nyingma order of Buddhism, they have been practicing ancient rituals for centuries. The building itself is adorned with mural paintings of Buddhist legends and rare tankas, hand-painted religious scrolls made from silk and brocade. Ancient Tibetan manuscripts and icons are preserved here, with the monastery acting as a center for Buddhist teaching, meditation and religious discourses. Lamas here are proud they have been able to preserve this piece of Buddhist tradition for centuries.